Alright, what's going on, guys? We are up in New Jersey for the weekend. Going to be fishing this sort of salt marsh area here, just with some little pieces of bloodworms on the bottom. Right now it is early October, and when I used to live up in New Jersey, the last half of September and the first half of October, my favorite times of the year to fish, just because a lot of the summer fish are still here. A lot of the fall and winter fish start to move in, and it might be a little bit too late for this, but at least in like late September, there's sometimes you'd get lucky and you'd get some of the like southern stragglers that would kind of swim up with the Gulf Stream. So this time of year it's a little bit cooler. We are now getting into kind of mid-October, so I don't think we're gonna get any of those species, but just some sort of bottom fish down here on the bottom we should be able to get. So little pieces of sandworm on the bottom, and we'll see what we can get. Alright, so here's what we got going on. It's a 2-ounce sinker with a sandworm there and a sandworm there. So just a little high-low rig with a couple small pieces of sandworms. It's a little bit after high tide right now. I'm just going to flick this on up there. Over on the left is kind of where that salt marsh is, and all that water has to kind of flow through here as the tide goes out. So there's going to be a lot of water moving through here in the next couple hours. Any fish that are out there are going to have to kind of move through here. So hopefully they find those sandworms, and hopefully they take a bite out of it. All right, now I wasn't planning on doing any microfishing. The bigger pieces of sandworms, if you want to call them that, are still out there, but there are some small fish right here in the shallows, right on the rocks. So I did have my Tanago hook with me that I brought up from Florida, put a tiny little bit of sandworm on there. Let's see if we can figure out what these guys are. Got him. Let's take a look at it. Alright, now unfortunately I didn't bring my photo tank with me just because I didn't plan on microfishing. This is some sort of a killifish, either a mummichog or a bandit, I believe. And I believe it's a bandit if I'm not mistaken. I'll see if I can double check the ID later. But either way, if it's one of those two species, I have them on my life list. But let's see, maybe there's some more micros here that could be new additions to the life list. Got something. What is this? Alright, so this is a bigger guy, but I believe these are, I don't know, these are banded killifish or mummichogs. I was dropping in between some rocks trying to see if there's some other species, but that's just another killifish. Let's keep going, maybe we'll get lucky. So far no bites yet on the big rod. Got him. Yeah, so third fish, another killifish. I believe they're mummichogs, but I'm not sure. Might be banded killies. So nothing else and nothing really exciting so far today. Let's go ahead and get this one back and hope there's some other things out there besides just these guys. Got one. There were two holding on to it. Looks like another killifish. Alright, so it's another killifish. Just looks like the same ones that we caught a couple of earlier. So let's get this one back. I think I'm going to put my microfishing setup away for a few minutes and hopefully get something to bite on the bigger rod. going to put the microfishing rod away. But I haven't really been having too much luck with the larger setup, so I put a couple more split shots on this. I'm going to cast out. Maybe there's some small fish well out there in the distance that I can pick up. I had to follow by something a little bit longer and skinnier than the killifish. So let's see if I can figure out what those guys are. Got him. Yes, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, second species of the day. It's some sort of a silverside, maybe an Atlantic, maybe not. Not entirely sure, but hopefully it's a new species for the life list. So let's get that guy back, and that seemed to work. So let's try that again. Got him. Alright, so we got another silverside. Not sure on the species. These are Atlantic silversides. These are pretty big. All the other ones I've seen in the past have been a lot smaller than this one. But that's probably what they are. So we'll get this one back. I've been getting some bites over here on the bigger rod. Just they're all super tiny, and I've been unable to hook up with any of them. Alright, so I came over to this back marsh area. The water here is a lot calmer. There's still some water left. Most of this will be gone as the tide keeps going out. But there's just not much going on in that first spot I tried. So got my little Tanago hook here, a little bit of sandworm. I guess I'll throw it around, see if there's anything else over here that's cooler than was over there in that first spot. Got him. Alright, so first fish over here is another killifish, either mummichog or banded. Again, not really sure just yet, but we'll get him back. Hopefully there's something else here. Got him. Alrighty, so more of the same out of here. Another little killifish of some sort. So I guess there's killifish all over here, just here in the back, kind of shallower, secluded water. I think they're just a lot smaller. There were some bigger ones over in the first spot. I got him. That's a bigger one. Alright, so this is a bigger one, and at this size I'm pretty sure it's a mummichog. It's got more of that, I don't even know how to explain it. It's got some bars on it, but it's also got some shiny rainbowy colors, and I believe banded sunfish, the bars are just a little bit more pronounced than on these guys. So yeah, quick pick, we'll get it back. Maybe we'll get one more fish, but I'm going to call it a day soon because there's not much going on here. what is, no. I thought it was different. There's a little bit of like cabbage, seaweed type thing on it, and I thought that was part of the fish for a second. Alright, so it is just another little killifish. We'll get this guy back. I don't know if we're going to keep fishing or not, but I think this is going to be our last one. So let's go ahead and let's wrap it on up. Alright guys, so that's going to do it. Ended up being a beautiful day. It was in the 30s when I started. It's probably somewhere in the low 60s now, so what a difference a couple hours makes. Unfortunately, the fishing was not as good as the weather is now. So I mentioned that I love fishing this time of year just because there's such a wide variety of fish that you can catch. Normally this time of year I can catch some black sea bass, scup porgies, spot croakers, Atlantic croakers, northern kingfish, juvenile striped bass, just a whole bunch of different species of fish. I've caught cunners and blackfish here. Actually, not blackfish. I've seen blackfish here caught before. I've never caught one. But just a giant variety of small to medium-sized fish. And for some reason, they just were not here today. Thankfully, I brought my microfishing setup with me because that kind of saved the day. We got a okay number of some sort of killifish, probably mummichogs if I had to just kind of guess off the top of my head, and some sort of silversides, probably Atlantic silversides. I gotta ID those later, but two species I guess is better than none. I don't really know what else to say. Just was not a very good day. Either way though, hope you guys liked it anyway, and I will see you next time.